Lights, camera, action!
When a script is written that is so bad, no one will film it. These brave podcasters will bring it to life just so they can mock it. This is Table Reads.
So the movie's kaput, which means your script ain't worth the buffalo shit on a nickel.
Table Reads with Sean McBee, Kelly Levier, and Joshua Baker.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Episode 76 of Table Reads, and what I am certain is going to be the finale of Bill Goldman's Shazam. I am here, as always, with Joshua Baker. Say hi, Josh.
Hi, guys.
And Kelly Levier. She doesn't need to say hi.
You know me.
She doesn't like you, and she doesn't want to talk to you.
And yet, here I am.
Yeah, here you are, always playing the characters that don't get any lines, so you don't have to talk.
Just breathing into this microphone for aesthetic.
Yeah, because, you know, this script really lends itself to just a sort of in the background the whole time.
Yeah. Like that kid from Recess.
A kid that, like, will talk to you and just swallows in the middle of a word. It's like, you know, guys, we should go to the playground and, you know that kid? You know what I mean?
Mouth noise. It's not my favorite.
Otherwise known as any noise. Any speaking.
No. I do edit some voiceover stuff, and you don't realize voiceover is not acting. It's just editing mouth noise. It's horrible.
Noise.
Yeah. Should have brought an apple.
Oh, you guys, I can't even tell you. Going back and, like, actually producing the episodes I did with Trevor, in the background all the time.
Oh,
These horrible snort noises. It's the worst.
The fact you just said the word snort noise out loud, I think reinforces that.
welcome, guys. Welcome, table readers.
I mean, look, I'll tell Trevor this to his face. Trevor, you're listening, right? He's not listening. There is no way. But I will call him and say, your snort noises are terrible. You sound like a warthog snorting another warthog like cocaine.
And on that note,
that's a sentence that's never been spoken before.
Previously on Table Reads.
So, of course, Billy Batson became Shazam and struggled to learn how to use his new powers for anything other than cheating, blah, blah, blah. All the same superhero stuff. But after facing off against and badly defeating Dr. Sivana's son, Magnificus, Sivana figures out the origins of Captain Marvel, including his secret identity as 11-year-old Billy Batson. He even figures out that Billy is in love with Jenny. All of this takes about 12 seconds, which is twice as long as it takes Sivana to adopt Jenny while in disguise,
and chloroform her,
and apparently scoop out all of her memories. Forever.
Until you die.
Fade in.
Cut to middle of the night. Sivana comes up from the basement into the kitchen, stops. Beauty awaits for him, a small suitcase, packed and ready. Beauty.
I know, sorry, I had to open my script.
What?
She didn't want to talk to you guys anyway.
All my windows closed, and I was like, shit, this is going to be the one time I have a line. Actually,
You're an expert at computers.
I know. I love technology. This is as far as I go. I can't take your contempt anymore.
You'll come crawling back to me.
Shake of the head.
I've been crawling to you all my life. No more.
They stare at each other. No love lost here. Except she loves him more than anything.
Yeah.
No, not more than Captain Marvel now.
Well, he loves...
He's true love.
Oh, that's right. She saw that bulge and was like, oh.
And he loves bugs.
But not love bugs. He hates those.
I love bug.
Because like anybody, they are the worst. Cut to the orphanage. Morning. Billy and Mr. Gates walk along a corridor. Mr. Gates seems upset.
It's worrisome.
No, he's Irish.
He's Irish.
Oh, he's Irish. He's Irish. It's worrisome.
He had no dialogue.
Wait.
For
Is
the
it
entire episode?
Is
but
it?
He definitely was Irish.
No, you said Faith and Bagora.
Faith and Bagora.
That's not. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Irish.
Irish.
That's Irish.
Faith and Bagora. It's worrisome.
What did you think it was?
I don't know.
Polish?
I don't know. What do I look like? A voice actor? It's worrisome.
Billy gestures for him to go on.
Every one of our children is supposed to call when they reach their new home. Either when they arrive or it's very late. Or if it's very late. I gotta pick this up. Can't read the script. Or if it's very late the next morning.
Shakes his head.
I'm sure there's a good explanation. The excitement of a new home and all, but it's not like our Jenny.
Cut to Billy. Doesn't say a word. Just breaks into a run. Cut to Savannah. Staring out a window of the laboratory, looking up at the sky. Peekaboo! I see you!
I hate this goddamn script.
Cut to what he sees. Captain Marvel is flying near Savannah's house. Okay, hold on. I want to run through Savannah's plan. So, he goes through the arduous and rigorous process of disguising himself as a middle-aged man
It takes months. to
and
adopt a kid,
adopting a child
With his daughter.
so that he can scoop out her memories, so that she will not call back to the orphanage, so that Captain Marvel will know she's in trouble and then come into his trap.
Instead of just like locking her in a room.
Or he could kidnap her. Jenny's missing. Here
Right.
comes Captain Marvel.
But then that'd be illegal.
Right.
Remember earlier he said this won't be illegal?
That's right. He had all the
He had
lawyers
write papers.
all tied up, and he was like, now all of this is perfectly legal. I have paper.
So long as you're consenting adults.
There is none of that in this script.
None.
Guys, he wrote The Princess Bride.
I'm starting to doubt that, Sean.
Yeah, I'm too.
I really doubt. I mean,
This is Amazing Spider-Man 2 level plot holes. And I can't think of a worse superhero movie than Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
Pootie
Even
Tang?
Batman versus Superman.
Pootie Tang?
That is not a superhero movie, but if it were, it would be the greatest one.
Oh.
I'm trying to think now.
You have Jeopardy music? You could just...
I really did. I mean, we
Should.
could. This will sidetrack the whole thing. We do have to finish the script tonight. so
we do
Yeah.
gotta
I'm
play
not going to
some.
tell you Thor 1 was probably a worse movie.
You shouldn't. You definitely shouldn't.
I know. I'm not going to. That's why I'm not.
He got more wrinkles in his forehead than I've seen the entire time we've been doing this. He's like, what?
I think I have a nosebleed. Cut to the tire tracks leading straight up to the place. Cut to Captain Marvel rocketing inside, ready for anything. Cut to Savannah as he looks totally stunned as Captain Marvel suddenly fills the doorway to the laboratory. Where is she? That was terrible. Cut to Captain Marvel, close up, grabs Savannah by the throat. Understand something. I want to hurt you. Cut to Savannah, panicked.
Basement.
As he points to the floor. Cut to the basement of Savannah's house as Savannah leads Captain Marvel down the stairs. Savannah stops. Captain Marvel looks around. Where? Savannah goes to a corner, points. Cut to a small dark tunnel leading someplace, as tunnels do. A child could fit. Probably an ordinary-sized grown-up could squeeze through. Cut to Captain Marvel. He looks at the tunnel a moment. No way I can make that. You've got Jenny in there? Savannah nods. After you. Okay, so the plan is he has to say Shazam, turn back into Billy Batson to crawl through the hole.
Right.
Here's how it should go. You expect me to say my word, climb through the hole as a prone little kid, right? And then he just punches the hole bigger.
Rips Savannah's head off and then calls the police, who bring a tiny police midget who goes into the tunnel.
You know,
think they have
like they
robots.
have on Retainer.
I think they've replaced the midgets with robots.
But that's not better.
You know how they used to have the bomb diffusing midgets they would send in?
Fuck.
Well, they got those little fingers so they can get in there and get the red wire.
inside the droid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kelly is displeased. She's not.
I'm not.
She's on board.
I'm on police midgets still. That's where I'm at.
But by that, she means literally she's
Googling it.
starting a script, Police Midget, by Kelly Levier.
Commissioner Sean, Captain Josh.
Cut to Savannah, getting down on all fours, starting to crawl into the tunnel. Captain Marvel says Shazam, and as Billy easily fits into the tunnel, crawls quickly, and cut to, he really doesn't have the wisdom of Solomon yet.
No.
Cut to a room at the end of the tunnel as Savannah crawls in. Jenny's there, all right. But so is a club Savannah's placed by the entrance. A club. He's just going to club a child. Clunk. Dead. Like a seal.
Yeah. A mediocre seal. A C average seal.
Yes. Absolutely. Just the averagest seal you ever saw. Savannah grabs it, and the instant Billy's head is visible, he hits Billy hard. There is an audible sound, and quickly cut to Savannah smiling, sitting by the tunnel entrance. I would love if he just kept hitting him until you just heard
Mushing.
a wet, mushy smack. Not even any crunch left. And just every time he raises the club, more and more gore splatters on the wall behind him.
Very
Yum.
Tarantino.
Meanwhile, Jenny,
Doesn't care.
total vegetable, just sitting there the whole time. Yeah. I want this movie to get that dark. And then, the end. Pull back to reveal Jenny, unconscious, barely breathing, in a corner. And Billy, groggy still, sitting beside her. His arms have been tied with ropes around his back. And layers of thick tape have been placed across his mouth. He cannot talk! Cut to Billy slowly realizing the situation. Cut to Savannah, watching as the reality hits home. Huge smile. Then he pulls a thick metal covering down over the tunnel opening. Cut to Billy watching. Now comes a sound from the tunnel of a thick lock being turned. Trapped and tied and beaten, Billy closes his eyes, but only for a moment. He takes a breath, looks around the room. Cut to the room. Jenny lies motionless. Could be. So Kelly has two characters.
Both unconscious.
One just left. She just packed her bags and was like, I'm leaving this script.
Can you blame her?
No.
No. I mean,
No. And the other one is essentially comatose.
if I brought somebody back to life, I'd need a little bit of appreciation.
Right.
Such a-
Just like
Right? Just even.
You're so demanding.
I know.
I suppose you're going to want me to be appreciative for you coming over here and spending your time on my podcast. God, what's
He
next
knows
for
better.
you people?
he knows better.
McFlurry would be nice.
Yeah. Yeah, Sean. You did not warn us this was BYOM.
Bring your own McFlurry?
Yeah.
And yet somehow
I got
you
the memo.
did.
Look, I just was sick of never being offered one.
I do have a small McDonald's in the basement. I don't know.
Of course you do.
Why I never thought to go down there. and
Yeah.
The
Just bring that.
darkest,
Flurry.
dankest McDonald's.
that you ever saw. It's always the blankest whatever you ever saw.
Cut to McFlurry machine.
Trapped and tied and beaten, Billy closes his eyes. Oh, I already did that. Sorry. Could be dead. Beyond her, nothing of interest. Just the floor. Not the cleanest, and the ceiling is low, but you could stand if there was some reason to fight your way to your feet. And maybe that's a piece of glass in the other corner, and cut to Billy. Whoa. He stares. Cannot believe his luck. Yeah, neither can I. Cut to the distant corner, and yes, it is a piece of glass in that corner. Tiny and jagged, and you can't tell from this distance, but it also looks sharp. I hope he just jams it into his mouth so that he can yell Shazam through his bloody, macerated lips. Cut to Billy, and suddenly there is energy flowing through him. And it's hard, but he makes it to his knees, then over to his feet, and step by small step, he goes toward what could be his salvation. Cut to the piece of glass. And close up, it's still tiny, but it is really sharp. I hope it's a piece of ice that Savannah just put there to fuck with him. Cut to Billy going to his knees. And if you think this is easy, try it sometime, because his hands are roped behind his back, and he has to somehow force them to get down to the sharp piece of glass. You need to tell us that it's difficult by explaining you should try this sometime.
You think this is easy?
How does that happen on screen? While the viewer is going, that looks easy. Does Bill Goldman pop up like a sign language interpreter in a little bubble at the bottom and go, if you think this is easy, try it? I think that's the only possible explanation. Cut to the glass as Billy's fingers come close. Try to grip it. Try to pick it up. No good. Cut to Billy, perspiring now. Trying again. God, putting me to sleep. Sorry. Cut to Billy's hands. So close to the piece of glass. But close only counts in horseshoes. No good again. Okay, so can we just review that the entire, figuring out that Captain Marvel is the replacement for the Wizard, that Captain Marvel must be a child, finding out who that child is, and then adopting that child's love interest, all took less time than it's taking him to pick up this piece of glass.
It's a slippery piece of glass.
Yeah, it's super slippery.
And it might be sharp. I don't know yet.
It's hard to tell from this distance.
It's hard to tell. I mean, you try it sometime.
Billy, and the effort is tremendous, and he's breathing heavily, no question. He glances across the black hole. Cut to Jenny, motionless. Cut to Billy, and the sight of her like that enrages him, and once again, he sends his hands on their mission. And yes! His fingers grip the glass. And then, twisting his body, he begins to put pressure on the ropes that bind him. Cut to the ropes. Thick, sure, and tied into many knots. Yes, but so what? That's not going to stop him. And cut to, I hate the way he writes, Billy. And for the first time since he came to, there is hope behind his eyes. Cut to the ropes. And the glass could be a razor. And cut to, is he giving alternate ideas to the prop master? Cut to Billy giving it all he has because he senses now that the ropes are starting to give. And cut to Billy's fingers cramping and he has to rest, but only for a moment, as again they go against the rope faster and faster. And cut to Billy, and the ropes can't last much longer. And cut to the ropes beginning to tear away from his skin. And cut to Billy as he rips his hands free. And the instant they are, he rips the tape from his mouth. And the instant the tapes are gone, he shouts it out. Shazam! Dead silent.
No.
Oops.
Wow.
Dead silence.
Fucked it up.
No cloud. Not this time.
Premature Shazamulation.
For sure.
Holy moly.
No cloud. Not this time. No lightning. No thunder. Despite Sean being an asshole. Billy is more shocked than he has ever been. No sound came from his throat. Oh. Is that why? Says he shouts it out.
Yeah, it does.
He tries it again, and you can see the cords stand out in his neck. Speaking of Pootie Tang. Still the silence. Now the dry sound of clapping. And the voice of Savannah.
Good work, Billy.
Billy whirls, stares at the ceiling. Cut to a tiny slit in the ceiling. Savannah's eyes are visible.
Did you like the piece of glass? I thought it was a lovely touch. And oh yes, I took away your voice while you were unconscious.
What is he, a sea witch?
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of Ursula a little bit. Like,
I'm gonna take your
Conveniently, I can do this.
yeah.
Cut to Billy as he realizes the whole thing has been a trick, that he is more than ever at Savannah's mercy. You know what? That reminds me. That's what would happen if it's like this podcast. We would bring Kelly on. Like, I got a Little Mermaid script. This is gonna be great, and then it would turn out that she loses her voice for 75% of the movie.
Yeah, inevitably. 75% is generous.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a little known fact. I did the voice of Ariel for all her land scenes.
But
Yeah, man. The look on Kelly's face just shamed me more than
The
anything in my
sheer
life
horror.
ever has.
She's pretty disgusted.
the sheer horror.
Rest now. I'm off. Have to destroy 80,000 people at Giant Stadium.
What? Where did that come from?
Don't feel sorry.
Are they
for
all billionaires?
Don't feel sorry for them. They're all mouth breathers.
Go ahead. You're finally saying something I agree with.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Don't feel sorry for them. They're all mouth breathers. Football fans, you understand. It's just an hour away, so that gives you time to think about this. When I return, things will get much worse.
The tiny slit closes. Cut to Jenny, lying as before. Lying women all the time. Now here comes Billy, all energy gone. Helpless, he lies alongside her, closes his eyes. Hold on the motionless figures. Cut to the wizard, watching them on the historama, in despair. Cut to outside Giant Stadium, a crucial game in progress. The sound you hear is the screaming of 80,000 crammed in and happy to be there nut fans. They're fans of nuts?
I love nuts.
Cut to a hot dog with mustard in midair. Looks a little unusual, but pretty tasty. Pull back to reveal the hot dog is held out by a vendor. The vendor is standing like a statue. Savannah takes the hot dog, moves past,
Thank you, my good man.
takes a bite, pitches it.
Next life, let me suggest a bit more spice.
As he moves on, cut to a souvenir stand. The two guys that work it are statues now. Savannah takes a couple of Giants flags and a giant t-shirt, moves along. Cut to an entrance. The ticket taker is a statue as Savannah moves into the stadium itself. Behind him, a bunch of other ticket takers rush to the guy we just saw. The other ticket takers try and shake him, get him to react. No luck. The noise of the crowd is louder from here. Cut to Savannah, moving along a ramp. He is higher now. Cut to another ramp as Savannah moves ever upwards. He seems absolutely on top of the world. Cut to a long hallway at the top of the stadium. At the end is a door with these words, Control Room. A giant stadium guard stands by the door. Cut to Savannah, walking up to the guard. Be the guard.
Oh. Sorry, only authorized personnel.
Spoil sport.
His eyes flame. Cut to the giant stadium guard. She reaches out towards Savannah and freezes like that. Savannah moves her aside, enters the control room, locks it.
We're fixing your script, Goldman.
Yeah, sexist script. Only a man can be a guard.
Let's add some more.
The control room. Not all that big or as complicated and most we've seen. Nothing like a TV station. This room controls the jumbotrons, the giant screens that flash pictures and information to the fans. One more thing that I have to say about Bill Goldman here. He made us live through every moment of an entire baseball game. And then he's like, football fans are mouth breathers.
It's true.
I think this guy has an agenda.
Most people have an agenda. Mine is to eat this payday as quickly as possible.
And as noisily as possible.
I'm a mouth breather.
Just a camera, some mics, a small window overlooking the stadium, and a technician along with the control room boss. The technician looks up, sees Savannah, starts to speak. But Savannah's eyes flame. The technician freezes. Cut to the control room boss, looking stunned at the technician. Then he stares at Savannah. Big mistake. Savannah's eyes flame, and the boss is just another statue, despite his eye flame doing a completely different thing earlier. Cut to Savannah, humming happily, setting to work. As we cut to the stadium, we've all seen it, or one just like it. The only thing to note here is that high in each end zone, visible to all, is this. 2 gigantic jumbotrons. And suddenly there Savannah is, in gigantic close-up. And he is smiling and selling, all enthusiasm now. It's like he's turned into the king of the infomercial.
And hello to you, Giants fans. I'm Thaddeus Bodog Savannah, the NFL's new national sales director.
National.
And I'm here to make you happy.
Cut to the stadium. The Giants are marching down the field and no one pays the least attention. Cut to Savannah. So excited and bouncy.
And how, I can hear you asking yourself, am I going to do that?
Cut to the stands. Still no one pays attention. The Giants throw a long pass and everyone is screaming. Cut to the control room as Savannah wheels a camera into a different position. Cut to Savannah. He is in bigger close-up now.
Let me just whisper 2 words. Cheap tickets.
Cut to the stands as several things happen at once. The pass is intercepted. The crowd groans. A timeout is called. And now a few people are starting to watch the 2 jumbotrons. Cut to Savannah. The man is a master salesman.
Did I say cheap? Yes, the cheapest seats in Giants history.
Cut to the stands. And now a lot of people are starting to pay attention. And cut to, under the stands and all the food stations, The Jumbotrons are visible there too, and people are turning to each other, asking, did he say cheap seats? Cut to Savannah, so excited it's hard to contain himself.
This is a one-time offer, and in a minute, a phone number is going to flash on the Jumbotrons. And if you call that number by midnight, you can buy next to your seats at an amazing, a simply incredible discount. Do I have your attention?
Cut to The Stands. Oh boy, does he. Cut to Under the Stands as people rush away from the lines, race back into the stadium. Cut to Savannah on a note of triumph.
I can hear you asking, Thaddeus Bodog Savannah, what do you mean by incredible? Do I mean half what you paid this year?
Cut to The Stands. Oh my god, half price. Cut to Savannah, building to climax.
No. Half is nothing. 1/10 of what you paid this year. That's all you have to pay. But remember this, you must remember this number.
Cut to the control room as he moves the camera even closer. And cut to The Stands. Not a sound. Everyone is staring at the giant Jumbotrons. Cut to the Jumbotrons. And suddenly in huge close-up, Savannah's face appears. And his gigantic eyes flame. Cut to The Stands, and all the people are staring at his eyes. And cut to Savannah, and the close-up is overpowering now. His flaming eyes fill the screen. Cut to The Stands. No one moves now. 80,000 vegetables is what we are looking at. Hold. Cut to
Table Reads will return after this brief word from our sponsors.
What's up, docs and docettes? Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic here, and if you like old cartoons and watching online reviewers dissect them, then you probably said the same thing I did about 2 years ago. Hey, what the fuck?
Here, watch your language, you bud. We're on the air.
No, I said, why the heck isn't there a Looney Tunes critic? I mean, nobody's devoted strictly to Looney Tunes Merry Melodies, and whenever people do review that stuff, half the time they get it wrong. And they're all millennials, too, so everything before 1985 is racist. Ugh. Well, I'm the guy you want anyway. Every Saturday morning, I do a brand new commentary of a Warner Brothers short. All throughout the month, I do video essays examining the history of these cartoons. And every few months, I do a full-length review and or interviews with people who worked on Looney Tunes projects. Catch my videos on youtube.com/FerrisWheelhouse2 or just use the hashtag Looney Tunes Critic. And now, here's Eric Bauza, the new voice of Bugs Bunny, to bring this commercial home.
You've been listening to Trevor Thompson, the self-appointed Looney Tunes critic. Ain't he a stinker?
Lights, camera, action.
So the movie's kaput, which means your script ain't worth the buffalo shit on a nickel.
Now, back to Table Reads.
Can we discuss that he's using his massive powers to, like, he has to get everyone's attention while they're watching a football game? Why not just go on TV if your power works over a screen? Go to the TV station.
Because then how could he offer people cheap tickets?
And
he just wants to make their dreams
come true. If he wants people to not look at the field, what?
Stop the game.
Yeah. And
go on at halftime.
Hey, discount, everybody. Stop watching the football game. I have a discount.
Could you just record it? Like, would it work if it was recorded?
That's another good question.
Because
if his power works anything like Lelouch's from Code Geass, I would assume yes.
Yeah.
Did she just say real words?
Clearly none of you guys are weebs in like anime, but this something similar is.
I did start watching My Hero Academia.
So you can finally get our mashup a year later.
I've only seen the first 2 episodes so far, but I get it now.
I'm really proud of you.
Thanks.
My character doesn't come in until the end of season 1. So.
Also, the main superhero guy.
Yeah, Deku.
No. The big famous one.
All Might. Yeah.
All Might. Yes. I've seen so many people dressed as that guy and have spent so much time trying to figure out what the hell he was from.
Surprise! Only you'd taken our recommendation a year ago.
Well, you didn't make the recommendation until September.
Oh, this is where you pull out Back to the Future.
Yeah, Back to the Future.
Whose side are you on here, Josh?
I'm on both of y'all's
I've
sides.
seen Back to the Future.
He's
I
on
just
Back to
didn't
the
remember
Future
it
side.
well enough to know which one it was from.
Because
Because remember I said, isn't that the one where he tries to sleep with his mom? Which I would not know if I'd not seen the film.
That's true. She
For
makes
all
it,
you know, it's a trilogy about him trying to sleep with his mom.
I hope it is.
essentially-
Throughout
it
history.
essentially is.
I hope that's what it is.
Marty, we gotta go back and bang your mom. That would make it so much different and better.
I don't know if anything can make Back to the Future better. It is a perfect.
It was a very tight.
Fade in.
Cut to Billy in the dark hole, Jenny as before. And his sense of helplessness and failure have only deepened. Now things begin to get even worse. Because there is the sound from outside the thick metal covering of the tunnel, which means it's being unlocked. That's the most efficient way you could have said that. Now the thick metal covering is raised. Billy gets ready to face Savannah. Now, as a surprised look hits his face, cut to Beautia coming through the tunnel. And even here, she seems to almost glow. She carefully holds a test tube. I hope she's not here for a sample.
Ew. Drink this.
As Billy hesitates.
Quickly. There's no time. Father will be back soon.
Oh my god, she's Savannah's daughter? In parentheses. Oh, Jesus.
I just made this for you. It will heal your throat.
Cut to Billy, downing the contents of the test tube. He swallows. Looks at her.
Wait, please read the parentheses.
What?
Those parentheses.
Oh, the parenthetical. Yes. Why?
Why?
Oh boy, do I owe you?
I've waited for you all my life. I could not lose you now.
He is still an 11-year-old boy at this
You're
point.
perfect. Well, not you. You know who I mean. Him. He's perfect.
I'm not exactly chopped liver.
Put this on my heart.
Taking his hand. And as she starts to place it on her perfect breast,
Like you do with 11-year-olds.
What the fuck?
I need to visit his grave so I can bring him flowers with a card that just says, "What the fuck?" Cut to Billy, close up. This parenthetical says, "Hard to speak."
Yeah, it is.
What did you say your name was? Cut to Beautia, looking at him with such emotion.
Beautia. Accent on the T.
Now she starts quickly back toward the tunnel.
And we'll be together forever.
Cut to the tunnel entrance. One blown kiss, and she disappears. Oh, wait, that says one blown kiss, not one blown kid, right? Okay. Cut to Billy, trying to deal with what just happened. No question about it. Life can get really interesting sometimes. Cut to Savannah on top of the world, driving up to the house. Cut to, he's just got a trunk full of stiff mannequin people. Cut to the laboratory as he starts to tack up a few Giants flags, then stamps his foot loudly on the floor.
Hello down there. Don't think I've forgotten you.
Now, from below, we hear a blast of thunder. Cut to Savannah, confused. He goes to the window, stares up at the blue sky, trying to figure out where the thunder came from. Pause. A long pause. Then the whole floor of the room seems to explode as Captain Marvel appears. He carries a still Jenny in his arms, lays her on the table. I need to save her.
Learn to live with suffering.
I challenge you to a battle of wits for the cure.
Now you know he wrote The Princess Bride.
A battle of wits? With you? That should take all of 10 seconds.
Then let's get involved in a land war in Asia.
Pew, 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 pew.
You ever smoke hash out of a human skull?
I was taking it back to Princess Bride.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, where he says, everyone knows the number one rule, never get involved in a land war in Asia. But only slightly lesser known is never get involved in a battle of wits with a Sicilian when death is on the line.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
I like that.
That's what I've always prided myself on, is being as much like Wallace Shawn as possible. Here are the terms. If I win, back to prison with you. Forever.
And when I win?
If you do, it means I could not defeat evil. So I will retire forever from being Captain Marvel.
By Cap.
Cut to Captain Marvel, grabbing a paper and pencil. I need to create the antidote. Begin!
Fool, that formula is my secret.
Cut to Savannah, close up, and for a moment, his eyes become distant and strange.
And it is now locked in my brain. I defy you to try and enter.
This is getting so dumb. This started dumb, and it continued down the road to dumb.
I like how Savannah brought Giants flags back from the football game.
And he pinned him up.
He's like, putting them up. He's like, oh, the Giants, mouth breathers.
I just want to say that when I was researching this script, trying to figure out exactly what happened along the path and the development of this into what finally became the Zachary Levi movie, I read that the director of this film, upon reading this script, not the director of the film that got made, but the one that was gonna get made, that we're reading now, when he read this script, he said it was quite possibly the best superhero script he had ever read.
How much should he get paid to say that?
I mean,
Yeah, that sounds like a...
Yeah.
I think there's
Greasy-
maybe a reason he didn't end up directing this movie.
greasy hands everywhere.
Captain Marvel and Savannah, as they both stare at each other, with only the operating table separating them. And Jenny, so pale, lying motionless. She's an afterthought to the table. Silence. Long silence. The two men continue to stare in what is possibly the most exciting superhero battle in all of cinema history.
The boss battle.
Savannah is happy.
You have no chance. This is death chess, and I am an international grandmaster.
Captain Marvel and Savannah staring. Their eyes locked into each other's. But from their faces, it's clear Captain Marvel is losing. The captain has to look away. It's a staring contest?
At least it's not juggling.
The captain... That's better, though. The captain has to look away. Triumph now on Savannah's face.
Cheer up, oh mighty one. She won't be dead for, at least a few more minutes.
Cut to Captain Marvel, and the look of failure is back in his eyes. We have seen it already, when Magnificus was destroying him. But that was before Zeus decided he was needed. Cut to Captain Marvel, close up, and as we watch, the look of failure dissolves, and as he looks off, cut to what he's looking at. On the wall behind Savannah is a shadow. The shadow of an ancient wise man, as is very clearly recognizable to anybody. Cut to Captain Marvel and Solomon, for that is who the shadow is. You've come at last. You're with me now? The shadow nods, and in a blink, it's inside Captain Marvel.
Talking to yourself already. Wait till I'm finished with you.
Cut to Captain Marvel, looking back up to the operating table, staring across at Sivana again. Cut to Sivana, a smirk on his face. Child's play. Cut to Captain Marvel and Sivana. A long pause. The captain seems to be in trouble again. Then he quickly grabs for the pencil and paper, scribbles something.
What was that you wrote down?
Oh, nothing. Just some stuff I forgot to buy earlier at the drugstore.
No man mocks Savannah. What did you write down?
Cut to Captain Marvel, showing the paper to Savannah. Start by boiling the juice of 6 Egyptian scarab beetles. I'm assuming I can snitch a few from your collection. Cut to Savannah, close up, staggered, pointing to his temple.
But that was locked in here. No one is genius enough to penetrate there.
Cut to Captain Marvel, looking at Savannah for a moment. You may not be the only genius in the room. Ever think of that? Scribbling now. I have Newt, really? Cut to Savannah, and now we realize something. Each correct ingredient is a knife in his heart.
A lucky guess on your part.
Oh, right. Like Newt's eyes are on the tip of everybody's tongue. Writing hurriedly. Let me concentrate. Toes of frog, finely chopped. You can tell it from his face. Savannah's brain is reeling.
But the frog toe was my greatest new addition.
But the frog toe was my greatest new addition.
Best superhero script I've ever read.
I'll pay you in 12-year-old boys.
And salamanders. Excellent. And saute some cockroach legs for added strength. Savannah is starting to fold now. Cut to the paper as Captain Marvel writes furiously. More and more ingredients fill the page, and he has to turn and start fresh on the other side. Cut to Savannah grabbing the paper, staring at it.
No fair. This is my formula.
Gotta get cracking and mix up a batch. Cut to Savannah close up. A terrible moment for him. All the fire leaves him. As we watch, he is turning into a shipwreck.
But this is my worst nightmare. There is a genius greater than me.
Hold on what was once Savannah. Then, cut to Captain Marvel, moving outside of the house, dumping a beaten Savannah on the ground. The captain holds a tiny vessel of blue liquid. Cut to Captain Marvel in close-up. And you can tell from his face something is about to happen. He puts his hand on his chest, touches the lightning bolt there. And now the most blinding flash of light you ever saw. And Captain Marvel holds the lightning bolt in his hand. It quivers in the sunlight. The captain digs the tip of the bolt into the liquid. Go now, and save the dying! And with all his might, he hurls the lightning bolt into the sky. Cut to the sun. Getting late in the afternoon, but the lightning bolt makes it even brighter. Cut to the sky. The lightning bolt flashes along. Cut to the clouds. The lightning bolt illuminates them. And now as it starts to descend, cut to where we are. Over the 80,000 dying souls. The lightning bolt begins to circle the stadium. Going so fast. Now faster and lower. Faster still. Hard to see. But the quivering is greater. It shines brighter and brighter. Now from its tip, a mist appears. The lightning bolt circles the entire stadium, and now the mist covers the entire stadium. It begins to drop. Could be a magical mist we're looking at. Slowly, it descends onto all the people. Beat. For a moment, nothing changes. But only for that moment. Then all over the stadium, people blink, smile, stretch, and start screaming, "Go Giants," as if nothing happened. Cut to Captain Marvel and Savannah flying through an open window. It's Warden Hackman's office. Hackman looks up from his desk as Captain Marvel dumps Savannah at his feet. Airmail special delivery. Cut to the Warden, joyous.
It's like Christmas, thank you.
I hate the script.
I've got the most wonderful news. Your latest dungeon is waiting for you. It's super clean and fumigated. Nothing there that slithers or crawls.
Don't spoil him now.
I let you win, you big red cheese.
Captain Marvel smiles, waves, moves, takes off out the window as Hackman leads Savannah away. I didn't misread that, right?
Nope.
Now, cut to Captain Marvel, an unconscious Jenny in his arms. I'm out. As they land by the stream behind the orphanage, he carefully lays her down. Dusk. Gorgeous. He holds the blue vessel, puts a drop of it on her forehead. Boo. Cut to Jenny. Her eyes flutter open.
I was thinking about the blizzard.
She glances around. Back home, and so glad. Finally, she lets him go.
Maybe I could rest here a little.
I'll let Mr. Gates know.
Lots of adventures to tell me about, huh? You saved me.
I like to think we're even. She, stares out at the stream. The captain looks at her a moment, then heads for the woods.
Hey, Marv.
He stops, turns.
One thing you might remember. Any other woman so much as looks at you, she's dead.
Inappropriate.
I wish that was Captain Marvel's line.
Even Solomon can't save me now. Cut to Billy, knocking on Mr. Gates' office door in the orphanage. Mr. Gates? She's by the stream.
Be right there. Just hiring a new teacher. Going to be terrific.
Oh, God. I think Kelly has more
I
lines.
think I do too.
Thank God.
Billy nods, heads out, and Mr. Gates closes the door.
I hope you like it here.
I'm going to just love it.
We know that voice. It belongs to Butia. Cut to the 7 deadly enemies of man. Filled with fear this time, as they should be. Because Captain Marvel is racing past. Up ahead is the wizard.
I'm proud of what you've done. I assume you accept the job.
I do, and with gratitude. Now he looks closely at the wizard, doesn't like what he sees. Cut to the wizard. And sure, he's old, centuries and centuries old. But this is different. Now he looks old, frail, failing.
Then I can leave you, Billy.
Cut to Captain Marvel, close up, crying out, "No!" Cut to the reason for his crying out. The granite block. The string above it has snapped at last, and the giant block falls. Who knows how many tons it weighs? I don't know. It's been 140 pages, and you asked that before. I guess we never figured it
definitely
out.
forgot about
Disembodied rock and faces.
And here it comes crashing down, and the wizard sits calmly, but not Captain Marvel, because in a blink, he has leapt forward, caught the gigantic block before it crushes the old man, holds it high. Cut to the wizard. Close up. A final shake of the head.
Let me go, son.
Looks at the captain.
Set me free.
Cut to Captain Marvel. Soft. Goodbye. And the wizard smiles, and the captain releases the block, steps back. Cut to a blinding bolt of lightning as the block crashes down. The sound of deafening thunder. Okay, I know we're real close to the end, but I just have to say, instead of the block falling and killing the wizard, they had to basically have it so our hero, our protagonist,
Murdered
Captain Marvel,
him.
has to euthanize him.
He mushes
Yeah.
him with a rock.
Yeah.
He saves him so that he can murder him.
That's this entire script.
Yeah, no,
in,
Just
I
two
wouldn't
lines,
have it
right?
any
Like,
other
yeah,
way.
yeah, I wouldn't, yeah. I mean, his dick wasn't out.
Yeah.
Smush me again.
And Captain Marvel, alone, blinking back tears. Hold for a moment, then cut to, and I just got to point out, see that cut to? That is
It's a zero.
right?
It is. It sure is.
Hacksaws.
Captain Marvel flying through the evening. He stops for a moment, stares around at the sky. His cape gets tangled up. He laughs at himself. Now he closes his eyes, and the minute he does, Jenny comes floating toward him, arms held out. She is wearing her sex bomb clothes and looks totally irresistible. She's 15. Now here comes Beautia, floating toward him, arms held out. She looks elegant, gorgeous, irresistible. This is the last page.
This is what we're ending on.
Cut to Captain Marvel opens his eyes, smiles. Holy moly. He leaves the ladies behind in his fantasy and flies into the darkening sky.
The end.
This movie legitimately just ended with our protagonist thinking about whether he wants to bang a woman or a 15-year-old girl.
It's a fanfic.
And
Yeah.
he
It's
does
a-
not make that decision.
Yeah, that's what it
No, yeah, he has to open his eyes because it's too tough.
He's like, I'm going to have to revisit this another day.
He's like,
I got to go fly and clear my head.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Libido of Zeus.
yeah. Let me just turn into a swan real quick.
Kelly wins. Libido of Zeus.
Shazam!
Shazam! God, what a script, guys.
I don't know what I expected, but that was not it.
You were a trooper. You're really a trooper, Kelly.
For 30 pages
Oh my
between lines.
god, it's
Yeah.
rough.
Kelly, next time you were here, we are doing Wonder Woman.
Yeah, we gotta do.
I don't know that that's better.
I mean, in its treatment of women, maybe not.
Yeah.
But at least you won't be bored while women are being
True. Objectified.
objectified and made into damsels. I mean, I don't know there will be so much damseling with Wonder Woman as the lead.
I mean, multiple news outlets talked about how sexist a script was. So I'm not expecting great things.
I'm expecting it to at least be better than the David E. Kelly pilot.
Was that the one with the girl
Adrian
from Friday Night
Padalecki?
Lights? Yeah.
Yeah, where Wonder Woman is looking at her own figure and wondering why the boobs aren't big enough.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
That's the thing that happened.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
I could not finish the pilot.
I'm surprised that wasn't Will Goldman.
You know, No, David E. Kelly did write it. yeah.
You know, he likes smaller boobs, so long as they're attached to 15-year-old girls.
Her perfect figure.
Gorgeous.
Irresistible.
Sex bomb clothing.
Oh god. Oh,
Jeez,
he wrote it like
How
five
did he
times
not
in
have
the
a stroke
script.
and die while watching Sucker Punch?
Who's to say that wasn't the last thing he watched?
That's true. I just got this new Blu-ray. I don't know how I missed this in the theater. Because this is how Bill Goldman talks in my head.
Sounds like a creepy
Like a
guy.
lecherous old
He's
man,
like the
which sounds
creepy
about
guy
right.
who hangs out the bodega at the corner of fucking Brooklyn. Like,
Hey, give me a bagel and one of them kids.
what the fuck?
Oh man, this.
So that's Shazam.
Yeah, I'm really glad it's over, and I hope that the film coming out is better. It looks fantastic. They keep sending out promos.
Now, by
and
the
shit.
time
It
this
looks-
episode
Yeah, you
is
mean
posted,
film that did come out.
a real one, yeah,
that will have
yeah.
been out 6 weeks ago.
Okay. Okay.
But as it has not yet come out at the time of this recording, and it's what 2 weeks out.
Yeah. something like
If
that.
I know Kelly, you're traveling a lot in April, but I think we should all try to go see it.
I think we should see it together. I agree.
Let's do it. I think that would be awesome. We could do like a little a teaser reminder thing. Like you could post it immediately after you finish
Oh yeah,
posting.
we'll get a picture of all of us with Zachary Levi.
Yeah. Yeah, the cutout.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. No, Zachary Levi's gonna.
He's gonna be there,
right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I ran into Drax in Fayetteville, so
Oh, cool.
What? Why?
I didn't mean to.
Dave Bautista.
I know, but like,
Are you
What was
okay?
he doing in Fayetteville?
I mean, if you ran into
He
him,
has
I-
a house there.
have they started filming? No, they haven't started filming Guardians.
He was
3.
him and his crew were in the front row of Blade Runner 2049.
I also heard Marvel isn't coming back to Atlanta.
What? Really?
Oh,
It's been a while since they filmed anything.
yeah.
Why? Why would they not?
I don't know. There's politics and stuff, man. It's like
That's
everything
true.
else.
There is some shitty politics.
I would assume just
going
like for set continuity for some stuff they would have to.
Oh, you know those sets. They actually here's a little behind the scenes from the art department. So when you build the set, they all come apart.
No, I mean
And-
like
no. I'm not
Like
I'm not
locations.
talking down to you, but they come apart and they actually have on the back of each one the blueprint for that particular set with the part that wall is highlighted.
So
And
like
they just
big
stack
Legos,
them up.
like Legos,
Yeah.
and ship them.
Actually, very near here, there's some big warehouse where they film MacGyver a lot, and outside in the parking lot are sets that are just walls that are stacked together, and they're covered in tarps, and they have what set they are spray painted on the tarp, like Jack's apartment. Not kidding.
very
That
well
makes sense.
stored.
That makes sense.
They're just sitting out there. One of them even has an exact episode number on it. It's like season 3, episode 10.
Specific, yeah.
No, yeah, I meant like shooting locations, like building wise.
Yeah, they're so good at faking that shit, though.
Yeah,
stuff.
just like one less thing to have to worry about, though. I don't know. Again, clearly above my pay grade.
Well, you don't
Politics.
have any of that worry in Guardians, for example.
True. Black Panther was filmed here, though.
Yeah. But I don't see a lot of Atlanta when I look at Wakanda.
Surprising, we know.
Though there is some actual city stuff there.
Yeah, especially at the
American
end.
City, yeah. Killmonger's whole backstory.
Yeah.
Also, little side story, I legitimately met a woman yesterday whose real name from birth is Wakanda.
That's amazing. I totally applaud her parents.
Yeah.
Did you
Also-
guys tell me the story about Wakanda in like Ohio?
What?
There's like a mayor. There's a Ohio, Wakanda in Ohio.
I think it's
And-
Illinois.
Is it Illinois? Did you tell me that?
No, I didn't. But it was around.
Yeah, like the mayor is
it's-
like, "Stop calling us." They just call the city hall, and they're like,
spelled
Wakanda forever, and they just keep calling them, and they're pissed
Like,
off.
ah, you
about
kids.
vibranium.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's spelled with like a U in it,
Yeah.
but other than that, it's definitely
hilarious.
pronounced Wakanda.
Pretty awesome.
Why would you not capitalize on that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Invite the casting crew. Like,
because you're in Illinois or Ohio.
Yeah.
And you don't have enough black people to capitalize on it. So, hey, let's plug stuff. Kelly,
Yeah, check out my cosplay. Good stuff there, hopefully 6 weeks from now. At X Kira Kelly, XKIRA on Instagram and Facebook.
and my name is Joshua J. Baker. You can catch me on joshuajbaker.com. I'm a voice actor. I do e-learning, internet video, explainer videos. You know, I'll do your video game and your character stuff. I'm trying to get a little bit more into that. You can hook up with me on Instagram, Facebook,
Tinder.
the Tinder. Swipe right.
Pinterest.
I have all my shots. Yeah.
Rabies, especially, right?
Yeah, rabies. Yellow.
He got all his bug juice shots.
All the scarab juice.
Yeah.
My eyes are aflame.
That's why I haven't moved.
Go Giants.
Go Giants. If we leave you with one thing tonight, go Giants.
This podcast was created by Sean McBee. For more, visit TableReadsPodcast.com. Cut to black.